Hello and welcome to the Horseshoe in Shallowater for this afternoon's Monday edition of Shallowater Phillies basketball. The number 3 ranked Shallowater Phillies at home to take on the Big Spring Lady Steers in non-district basketball action. The Phillies 2-0 to start this season for head coach Chuck Darden after a 54-32 win on Saturday here in the home opener in the Horseshoe. Jenna Willer with 15 points, 4 assists, 4 steals led the way for Shallowater. Bree Bratton struggled through a tough day from the field, but still managed to get 11 points, 7 steals, 3 blocks, and 3 rebounds for the senior 3-time All-State forward. So those two pick up right where they left off from a season ago. Avery Velasquez with 9 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists. Avery Terrell had 6, Madeline Barnes with 4 points, 4 rebounds, Mackie Hart had 3, and Addison Pitts, Jasmine Castillo, and Shelby Roberts each had a bucket as the Phillies played a really much improved Lubbock High basketball team here on Saturday. The game was close for a lot of it, but Shallowater kind of pulled away in that second half. Never really was in doubt in terms of how it was going to go, but these Phillies, you know, the one thing that has always been the case here in Shallowater, they pride themselves on man-to-man defense. This year's team will rely on that even more so than any of the others ahead of them, as they are super small. There are no real size on the floor for the Phillies to depend on, so they are going to have to use that pressure defense end-to-end to create opportunities for them. You saw a little bit of the struggles in the half-court offense. That's something that Coach Darden looks to improve as the season goes along because, you know, Chuck has said, hey, we've got Bratton back, we've got Willer back. You know, Velasquez has played a lot of minutes in her senior year. You've got Barnes, who's been up on the varsity now for 3 seasons, but a lot of these Shallowater Phillies do not have just a ton of experience, specifically on the offensive side. So, you know, scoring the basketball will be something that this team will have to try to figure out as it goes along because they don't have a guy in the half court that can put their back to the basket and you can just feed and turn around and shoot bunnies all night. In fact, Bratton is probably the best low post player, but you certainly don't want to move a outside scorer like her that's capable of heating up from distance inside all night long. She will spend some time in the low block and trying to get some points that way. It always does a great job on the offensive glass, but she is more of a perimeter player, and the Phillies will have to try to figure out some answers for what they've lost from that senior class, specifically on the offensive end. But if you defend like they have in the first couple of games, this team will be just fine, as they went to Andrews in the season opener and allowed 1 point. Then here in the home opener, 32 against a really improved Lubbock High team. And I keep saying that, but Lubbock High now 6-3 on the season, and they had some freshmen that moved up and got up on the varsity for the first time. They're going to beat some folks in that district, and people don't even really realize it. The Shallowater Phillies, meanwhile, head into the holiday season with a busy week this week. They will play, of course, here today against the Big Spring Lady Steers, and then we'll head on the road to Midland Christian Academy for a noon tip-off tomorrow on the road in Midland. So they'll get a couple of games in before the holiday break, and then it'll be right back to the grind after the holiday as the Phillies now can turn their attention strictly over to basketball. The volleyball's over, basketball in full swing, and Chuck and the Phillies are excited about it. They feel like they're going to get better each and every time they step out on the floor, and I think that's something you'll see. He talked a little bit about the interchangeable parts that he's had for this team, and he really does. I mean, when you look at this is a roster of 12 girls. Now, of course, we talked about a little bit on Saturday how we lost Molly Salinas in the season opener, a good young sophomore player. Really at 5'9" is one of the taller members of the Phillies, so that's a huge loss, specifically early. Molly wasn't necessarily an inside low post presence. She has an inside-outside game, but 5'9" is 5'9", and the Phillies could have used that for sure. You know, so she will certainly be missed, but they have girls that are capable of playing the point. They can play outside. You'll see Madeline Barnes today. She'll start down low as, you know, the 4 or 5 player on this team, and then as her rotation comes through, she'll replace Jenna Willer. She'll run the point as Willer will get a breather, and you'll see Madeline at the controls of the offense at point guard. So you see the versatility there from her, but there are several others just like her, that can play down low, they can slide out to the wing, and that's how they're going to try to offset some of that size disadvantage. Now, they do understand fully tempo critical, so if they can come out and establish the pace of the basketball game, making an up and down transition style game, that'll certainly favor the Phillies for sure, as it'll allow that defense to operate end to end 55 feet, and that'll be critical for Shallowater to create as much offense as possible. This team comes in as the number 3 ranked team in the state. Now, a lot of folks probably expected Shallowater to be down this year. Yet they are down from 1 to 3. How about that? So you see, it's not rebuild in Shallowater, it's reload. This team's certainly capable of making a deep playoff run. Now, we know in Region 1, the defending state champs and number 1 ranked team, the Brownfield Lady Cubs, are in our region. But strictly in the district, it'll be Idalou who will be the Phillies' biggest challenge. Shallowater the last couple of years have got the better of the Lady Cats. Now, in that state championship run, it was a draw, 1 game to 1 game. In the district race, they settled it at the regional final. Shallowater won it with a thriller late and probably the most exciting girls basketball game I've ever been around, and the Phillies did an outstanding job that night of getting themselves to that state tournament. Last year was a totally different story. The Shallowater Phillies pretty much dominated both contests against Idalou. Smacked them pretty good here in the Horseshoe in Shallowater, and then went on the road and clinched the outright district championship. What that did is send Idalou to Brownfield in the area round of the playoffs. The Idalou Lady Cats, let's just face it, they got jobbed on a bad foul call after the horn had expired, and thus Brownfield got a couple of free throws. They knocked the Lady Cats out of the playoffs, eventually moved on to take on Shallowater in the regional final, and the Phillies would fall. The only loss of the season all year for Shallowater was at the hands of those Brownfield Lady Cubs. And so our Shallowater Phillies looking for revenge, looking for an opportunity to get themselves back to San Antonio. Certainly lost a lot. We won't doubt that, with the likes of Tinley Harris, Taylor Moravik, Summer Williams, and Cammie Wood gone. But tons of talent back. It'll be an exciting basketball team to watch as the season goes along. This team 2-0 to start the season. They'll take on Big Spring, who is improved as well. They are 3-1. We'll present a nice little challenge for Shallowater here. They've won a couple of basketball games early in the season, but this by far the Lady Steers' toughest test, and we'll see how they'll handle the pressure from this Shallowater defense, because that will be the plan. I don't even have to ask him. We're going to get out here. We're going to use that man pressure. We're going to try to pick up the pace, defend them, knock down a couple of shots, rebound the basketball, and get out of here with the 3rd victory. I know that's the head man's plan. That'll be the Phillies' plan today as well. Thanks for joining us on the Andrus Brothers Roofing pregame show. And when we come back, we'll have the player introductions, the starting lineups, and play a little basketball on a Monday afternoon edition of Shallowater Phillies basketball on Shallowater Sports Network.
Andrus Brothers Roofing, we nail it every time. We do one thing and we do it well. Since 1981, yes, time does tell. It's not just a house, it's your home. For quality work, we stand alone. Andrus Brothers Roofing, we nail it every time. Quality guarantee, Andrus Brothers Roofing, every time.
Honey, can we please just call D&K Hunt?
I can do this.
Yeah, I'm calling D&K Hunt Electric.
When you need electrical work done, leave it to the professionals and call D&K Hunt Electric, 806-866-9911.
If you're thinking of getting a new car, stop in and see us about an auto loan. Line up your money first, then go out and bargain like a cash buyer. Our rates are competitive and we make our decisions right here, so we give you quick service on auto loans. Auto loans, we do them well. We're First State Bank of Shallowater, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Horseshoe in Shallowater. Donnie Hart on the Shallowater Sports Network. Phillies and Big Springs Lady Steers getting ready to do battle here this afternoon, and let's meet the 2021-2022 Shallowater Phillies.
Number 4, Avery Carroll Jr. Number 5, Shelby Roberts Jr.
Number 11, Avery Velasquez Sr.
Number 12, Jenna Willard Sr.
Number 13, Jasmine Castillo, sophomore.
Number 21, Macy Moravic
Number 14,
Jr.
Madeline Barnes Jr.
Number 15, Chloe McKinney Jr.
Number 21, Macy Moravic Jr.
Number 22, Mackie Hart sophomore. Number 23, Bree Bratton senior. Number 32, Addison Pitts sophomore.
Those are your Shallowater Phillies. And when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off between Big Spring and Shallowater on the Shallowater Sports Network.
Our financial world seems to be forever changing, and that's why you need quality, personalized financial advice. Bennett & Trice, PLLC, provides individual and business clients with expertise that range from taxes, management, and accounting services to more in-depth services such as compiled and reviewed financial statements and litigation support. Bennett & Trice, 6807 Indiana Avenue, Suite 200. Call them today at 806-589-5111.
Life has been anything but normal. The future is unknown and the uncertainties are plenty. But a farmer deals with this every year, and they keep working hard. At People's Bank, we strive to live out those same values. It's easy for a banker to be there in the good times.
But at People's Bank, we're there when the rain isn't falling, the wind keeps blowing, and the drought continues.
People's Bank, a bank in the people business.
When you hear the hail and the thunder, you don't have to wonder who to call. Call the Paint Doctor.
Touchdown, Shallowater Mustang! Jakari Davis, and he threw it out of the gym. Will shoot the three. Nobody came to stop her, and Jenna. Welcome back to the Horseshoe in Shallowater. The Star-Spangled Banner has been played, and we are just about set to go with a little Monday afternoon edition of girls high school basketball here on the Shallowater Sports Network. We take a look at the visitors today. The Big Spring Lady Steers will come in with a record of 3-1 for head coach Eric Tuttle. They will wear their black uniform or road uniforms. They'll have gold trim on the side, the gold numerals, and a gold Big Spring on the front of the chest. Their starting five looks like this: number 40, a junior, Caitlin Haney. Number 12, senior Maya Blanco. Number 22, senior Alex Enriquez. Number 23, senior Ryan Terrazas. And number 24, senior Tristan Smith. The five starting lineups for the Big Spring Lady Steers and head coach Eric Tuttle. And for your Shallowater Phillies and head coach Chuck Darden, the number 3 ranked team in the state, a 2-0 record to start the season. The starting five goes like this: number 5, a 5'9" junior, Shelby Roberts. Number 11, a 5'4" senior, Avery Velasquez. Number 12, a 5'4" senior, All-State guard, Jenna Willard. Number 14, a 5'8" junior, Madeline Barnes. And number 23, a 5'8" senior, 3-time All-State guard, the MVP, the Splash Sister, Bree Bratton, will be the 5 Phillies on the floor for head coach Chuck Darden. As this Shallowater group excited to go. They're fun to watch and a nice little home crowd here for a Monday afternoon holiday edition of Shallowater Phillies basketball. The starting lineup now being introduced. And we are just about set. Phillies, the home team here today. They'll wear their home whites. Red and black trim on the front. That red Shallowater Phillies across the chest. The red and black Mustang known all throughout the South Plains on the front of the shorts. The Phillies will head towards the Student Center here in Shallowater, as they will be moving left to right on your TV there. It's kind of nice. I used to have to say moving left to right on your radio dial. Those days long gone. We get to bring you live in action video images. It's a great job by our producer Jake Warren, our cameramen Angel Flores and Logan Bloom, and our statistician today, Sarah Batson. They'll try to make me look smart. As the Phillies set to go here, Roberts headed towards that center circle, believes she will jump. And she will do so against Ryan Terrazas. The ball is in the air and we are underway. It's tipped into the front court, controlled by Smith. She gives to Blanco, and Blanco entry pass into Terrazas down on the far corner. Double team there. Out to Smith, long jumper wouldn't go, and Bratton has the rebound. Bree into the front court, Phillies first possession. Crowd stands until Shallowater scores. And Jenna Willer, the point guard, will set up the offense in the half court. You'll see zone defense here, little 1-2-2 zone for Big Spring. Velasquez heads down the baseline, out to Bratton, three-pointer on the way short. And a rebound tied up underneath. Was grabbed by Haney, but Madeline Barnes reached in there, tied it up. Possession arrow to the Phillies, and it'll be Barnes from the baseline into Willer. Velasquez on the left wing, now back in the far corner to Willer, who will try to drive and took an extra step. Had it knocked out of her hand, traveled with it, ball bounced off Jen's nose. All bad things there. And the Phillies will set up that full court pressure defense. To the center to Haney. Haney in all kinds of trouble. Willer strips it free. Will send it ahead to Barnes, and Madeline Barnes off the window for two. And the Philly faithful can take a seat as Shallowater with the 2-0 lead. Smith into the front court. Nice pass ahead to Enriquez, and Enriquez trying to send it down the baseline, lost the handle. Turnover. Was trying to go across to Terrazas and just couldn't quite get it there. Now, Phillies break the pressure defense. Willer back to Velasquez. Velasquez goes baseline, sends it across, and Roberts' jumper is good. Couple of buckets from that short corner in the first two home games from Shelby Roberts. That's where she hit her lone bucket on Saturday, was over on that short corner, and knocked it down again, and a whistle and a foul on Avery Velasquez. It'll be her first personal, team foul number 1. The Phillies do foul some. That's just part of it. When you pressure as much as we do, we will pick up some fouls, and that's why they give you 5. Might as well use them. Smith at the controls for Big Spring. Blanco to the top. Back to Smith in the far corner, driving baseline, lost the handle. Velasquez out of there with it. Avery sends it ahead to Willer. Willer up the left side, crosses it over to Madeline Barnes. What a pass from the senior point guard as she just wrapped that thing around perfectly, and Madeline Barnes has the bucket. She has 4. Smith into the front court, and a good pass by her over to Terrazas, and she's able to finish to get the Lady Steers on the board. Velasquez, Barnes right down the center. Scoop shot attempt from Madeline. And the whistle and a foul called as Haney hits the deck. She's a little slow to get up. Might have landed awkward on her knee there. And Madeline Barnes will go to the line to shoot 2. First personal on Haney. First team foul on the Lady Steers. And Madeline Barnes' first free throw is good. 5-point Philly lead, 7-2. Haney will take a seat as she gimps her way over to the side. Courtney Moore, a junior, has checked in. And a second free throw from Barnes got the roll. 8-2, Madeline with 6. And that is the Phillies' lead. Smith into the front court. Got bumped and fouled. Willer was trying to cut her off towards the baseline, and that foul's on Jenna, her first. Team foul number 2. Jenna hates fouling, but she's a good defender. Terrazas turnaround jumper no good, got her own miss, and now Bratton over there to try to close out. Kicked it out to Smith. Smith shot too strong, and Barnes high in good position as the ball tipped out of bounds by Big Springs. And Madeline couldn't quite pull that board down, but she had good block out position. All Big Spring could do is knock it out of bounds. Phillies basketball, 5:05 to go, opening quarter, 8-2, Shallowater by 6. Bratton from the far corner for 3, good. The Splash Sisters on the board early, 11-2, as Bree connects from downtown. Entry pass tipped out. Blanco will shoot the 3 from the corner, no good. Willer with a rebound. I will say that more often than you think. Willer's pass tipped and stolen. Blanco into the front court. Now to Smith. Smith going against Roberts. Got a little bump there, no call. Barnes gets the loose ball and a whistle and a foul called on Ryan Terrazas, as she is called for her first personal. Team foul number 2, Macy Moravik has checked in to replace Shelby Roberts. 11-2, 9-point Phillies lead. I will say Willer will get more rebounds than you think. 5'4", she has a nose for the basketball. Down to Macy Moravik, off the glass, good. Good cut. Macy came wide open. Barnes finds her with the assist, 13-2, an 11-point lead. Macy has her first bucket. Ball is on the floor. Willer trying to force the steal. Ryan Terrazas down the lane, off the glass and good. 13-4, 9-point Shallowater lead. Willer into the front court. Entry pass into Moravik. Came to the lane, had the pass tipped right into the hands of Barnes, so fortunate there for the Phillies. Macy out to Willer, straight on. Look at a 3 short. Rebound by Enriquez. Enriquez had it tipped loose by Velasquez, and the ball goes out of bounds in front of the Phillies bench as Avery Terrell and Mackie Hart check in. Avery Velasquez and Madeline Barnes will have a seat. So you got Willer, Terrell, Moravik, Hart, and Bratton on the floor for the Phillies. Smith comes to the near side. Enriquez, pass tipped by Moravik. She has the steal. Macy with the run out. Drops it off to Bratton, and Bree off the glass, good. Bree cuts right down the right side of the lane. Nobody picked her up. Macy Moravik, easy pass to Bratton. 15-4, an 11-point lead. Bree with 5. Now Smith down the center of the floor through traffic, and a foul on Avery Terrell as she will go to the line to shoot 2. So Tristan Smith, the senior, able to get herself to the line here with 2:54 to go in the opening quarter. First personal called on Terrell. Third team foul on the Phillies, and the first free throw is good from Smith. 10-point lead, 15-5. Second free throw bounces off the left side of the rim. Phillies fighting for the rebound, knocked themselves out of the way. Terrazas able to get it, and Bratton rejects it out of bounds. So Smith from the baseline for the Lady Steers into Terrazas, and she is fouled by Mackie. And Mackie Hart commits her first personal. The bucket is good from Terrazas, and she'll go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. See there why Coach Darden hates offensive rebounds. He likes to see those girls get those rebounds and limit possessions, and that one there results in an extra 2 for Big Spring as the free throw is no good. Willer has the rebound. 8-point Shallowater lead at 15-7. Willer to Bratton. Now Bratton far side. Terrell shoots the three. Too strong. Mackey Hart in for the rebound. Tried to give it to Bratton, and it got tipped out of bounds on the baseline. Madeline Barnes will check in to replace Jenna Willer, so she will take over at the point. And you see now where Barnes starts out down low. She will come in to be at the controls of the offense here. Terrell on the outside. Into Moravec, lost the handle. Hart has it on the left wing. Mackey will pull it out. Gives to Barnes. Barnes sends it in Moravec. Moravec trying to cross it over and had it stolen. Smith is bumped in the backcourt and fouled by Bratton, so Bree picks up the personal. First personal on Bree, 5th team foul. 2:16 to go, 8-point lead. Smith into Blanco, now will get it back. Pass ahead to Blanco. Blanco to Terrazas. Hart able to contest. Bratton gets the loose ball. Outlet pass almost stolen by Blanco, who knocked it out of bounds as Bree tried to send that thing long up the sideline there. And Jasmine Castillo checks in to replace Bree Bratton here with 2:02 to go in the opening quarter. Haney checks back in. She'll give Terrazas a breather. So the Phillies by 8, 15-7. Barnes, right side to Castillo. Castillo, skip pass over to Terrell. She'll shoot the left wing three, air ball. Good save there by Castillo to save it inbounds. Hart has it. She'll drive in, pull up, jumper, short. Rebound, Macy Moravec. Missed it off the glass. Hart has it in the lane, pulls up again and is fouled and will go to the line to shoot two. So the sophomore gets herself to the free throw line. 8-point lead. Mackey will shoot two. First free throw is good. Foul was on Courtney Moore, her first, team's third. Addison Pitts for Macy Moravec here. Second free throw from Mackey on its way too strong. So 1 out of 2, and the ball was last touched by the Phillies, so it'll be Big Spring basketball with a 9-point lead. Smith up the far side, going right at Pitts. And let's see, they're going to call a foul on the floor. Foul was on Addison Pitts. She commits the personal, her first, team foul number 6. So the Phillies' next one will put Big Spring in the bonus. Blanco shoots the three. Hart with the rebound. She'll put it on the floor. Mackey comes towards the near side, going all the way to the basket. Off the glass, too strong. Terrell thought she was fouled there, and the ball bounces right into Mackey Hart's hands on the baseline, out of bounds. So it'll be Big Spring basketball. 16-7. Kika Delgado checks in to replace Moore. It's into Smith. Smith trying to go up that far side. Barnes will cut her off. Hart is there to help in trap. And they're finally going to call a foul on Madeline Barnes, and Madeline was all over Tristan Smith there. And her referee finally said, no, that was a little too much contact. 17th foul on the Phillies, 1-1 coming up for Tristan Smith. Madeline Barnes first personal. 1:05 to go here in the opening quarter, 16-7. Smith's free throw clipped the front of the rim. Pitts will get the rebound, and Barnes will bring it up for the Phillies. Mackey Hart on the left wing, skip pass to Castillo. Castillo into Pitts, turnaround for Pitts, and is fouled, will go to the line. So Addison Pitts, really the one Philly with size at 5'11". She's pretty close to 6 foot. If she's not there yet, I'll say that. She looks me pretty close to dead in the eye. Personal was called by Haney, or on Haney, her second. 14th foul on the Lady Steers, and Pitts hits the first. 10-point lead, 17-7. Chloe McKinney checks in. She'll replace Madeline Barnes with 54.1 to go here in the first. Second free throw from Pitts is short. Haney with the rebound. Arredondo now to Smith. Smith lost the dribble out of bounds, and they'll say tipped by Avery Terrell. So Avery able to poke it loose. I couldn't see that from this side of the floor, but good job by Avery to knock that thing away. All kinds of trouble here as Terrell just runs in, has the steal. She'll break out with the right-hand layup, and that is good as Enriquez had her pocket picked by Avery Terrell. Smith into the front court and was tripped by Castillo. And so Tristan Smith back to the line to shoot 1-1, the 8th team foul on the Phillies. First personal on Jasmine. 12-point Shallowater lead at 19-7. Smith's free throw, too strong. Pitts high for the rebound. Outlet to Hart. Mackey with the basketball right here on the right side. Walks it into the front court. Gives it to McKinney. McKinney to Terrell in the far side, into a wide open Pitts off the glass, good. Found space in that defense. Big sophomore has another bucket. 21-7, Phillies by 14. Castillo with the steal, ball is on the floor, and a foul called on Big Spring there. Tristan Smith picked up the personal. First personal on her, 5th team foul, so they'll still have a foul to give. Kylie Haney checks in to replace Smith here, the final 4.8. It's into Castillo. She'll shoot the right wing three. Air ball headed out of bounds with 1.7. Big Spring basketball. And a 21-7 lead. The Phillies look like they'll have a 14-point lead after a quarter. Get this in, and they do, and the time will run out. So Shallowater leads 21-7 over Big Spring on the Shallowater Sports Network.
For more than 60 years, United has called West Texas home. It's from here that we operate 94 stores across the region. Look, and you'll see United employees all around you, supporting other local businesses, your businesses, and giving their time and energy to help our efforts to make this the best place to live and work. We are West Texas, and West Texas is united.
Welcome back to the Horseshoe in Shallowater, 21-7. Shallowater Phillies lead after a quarter. Madeline Barnes with 6 points, a rebound, and an assist in the first quarter. Bree Bratton has 5, also has a couple of boards and a block shot. You got 2 points from Terrell, 2 from Roberts, 3 from Addison Pitts, 2 from Macy Moravik, 1 point from Mackie Hart, who also had 3 rebounds in that first period. And then you had a really nice opening quarter from Jenna Willer with a couple of rebounds, 3 assists for the senior point guard. That's her thing, and a steal. So coming off a game in which she scored a lot of points, Willer now distributing the basketball, and the Phillies will put the starting 5 on the floor. Willer, Bratton, Roberts, Barnes, and Velasquez on the floor, and Willer has a steal, and Jenna up the left side, left-hand layup, too strong, but was fouled after the shot, and will go to the line to shoot 2. Haney called for her 3rd personal, so you got both Haneys on the floor, Kylie and Caitlin. That foul was on Caitlin Haney, her 3rd personal, team 6. Willer to shoot 2 here with 7:45 to go in the first half. And Jenna's first free throw lips off. So now 3 subs coming. So you got Moore checking in, Terrazas checking in, Smith checking in. They'll join Kylie Haney and Eliana Arredondo for the Lady Steers. Second free throw from Willer, good. 1 out of 2, 22-7. Shallowater by 15. Smith, center pass tipped by Roberts, out of bounds over on the far side, and the Steers will try it again. Matchup, man-to-man pressure from the Phillies. Smith against Willer. Entry pass and an over-the-back called on Roberts. Shelby's first personal, team's 9th, 1-1. And Terrazas will go to the line to shoot the front end. The senior's free throw hits no rim, and it'll be Phillies basketball under the basket with 7:32 to go. Next Fillie foul will put Big Spring in the double bonus. They'll shoot 2 the rest of the half. Send it into Roberts. Turnaround jumper short. Shelby trying for her own rebound. Had it, but a tie ball. And Roberts hits the floor. Possession arrow belongs to the Phillies. Madeline Barnes under the basket on the far side to send it in. Willer drives, kicks it out to Roberts. Roberts swings it over to Bratton. Steps on 2 of 3. That one off to the right. Rebound Roberts. Roberts gives it back to Bratton. Bratton up strong. Ball was tipped maybe, as Bratton thought it might have been a foul call. Then a good job there by Smith as she just threw it off Madeline Barnes' chest. Well, at least you wore it in the belly there, Madeline, not in the face or anything like that. So Smith was nice, threw it off her body. Bratton with the steal. Took it away from Smith, tried the Euro step. Smith blocked it. And then Smith had the ball sail out of bounds on that far side. So Smith does a great job in defense, getting back, gets the block shot on Bratton, but then the errant outlet pass gives the ball back to the Phillies with 6:49 to go here in the first half. Willer over to Barnes. Barnes to the top to Castillo, Velasquez. Willer, short corner, sends it in. Roberts off the glass, good. Perfect little high-low game. They get Bratton in that short corner. Good cut from Shelby Roberts. And the bucket. Offensive foul called on Tristan Smith. Used that elbow. Called for the charge. Second personal on her. Team 7th. It'll put the Phillies in the bonus. They'll shoot 1 and 1, but offensive fouls just mean they get the ball back. So next foul from Big Spring will result in free throws. And Bratton, a baseline 3, too strong. Rebound controlled by Arredondo. Arredondo in trouble as Velasquez knocks it away on that far side, and the pressure just doesn't ever stop. As Ryder checks in along with Blanco. And so Smith now in the backcourt gives it to Blanco. Blanco guarded by Willer. She'll bring it into the front court as they tried to get some ball handlers out here to help Tristan Smith, bless her heart. Into Ryder. Ryder over to Haney, and Haney knocked it down. Kylie Haney with the bucket. 24-9. Velasquez from the far corner. Long 3 off the front of the rim. Bratton tried to grab that rebound, lost the handle out of bounds to Big Spring. She had good position. Nice block out there from Bree. Just couldn't quite stick a fork in it. Macy Moravik checks in to replace Shelby Roberts. Blanco into the front court. Velasquez tips it loose from behind. Willer will give it up to Bratton. Bratton off the glass and good. Bree Bratton off the window, and the assist from Jenna Willer. Blanco over to Smith. Far corner, Haney. I think her toe was on the line. Willer grabs another rebound. Sends it ahead. Moravik can't handle the pass. Terrazas tips it out of bounds. Should be Phillies basketball. Pass. Yep, Macy in the pause. Just couldn't quite pull it in. Jenna Willer now up to 4 assists after that dish to Bratton. Pull-up floater from Velasquez. Rebound by Terrazas. 26-9. Haney over on the far side, trying to get it back to Smith. Threw it in the backcourt. Smith will just jog over here, stick a fork in it, and it'll be Phillies basketball in front of the Lady Steers bench. 26-9, 4:51 to go here. A little sloppy in this second quarter as these two teams facing some pressure defense here. Mackie Hart for Madeline Barnes. Willer to Bratton, into Moravik. Moravik out to Hart. Hart back to Willer. Back to Hart. Hart, short corner to Willer, into Moravik. Moravik fouled by Ryder. And Moravik will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. As Ryder picks up the personal, first personal on her 8th team foul, and Macy Moravec to shoot the front end of the 1-and-1. Off to the right. Rebound, Terrazas. Terrazas lost it out of bounds. Screamed, oh, just couldn't keep her fingers on it. Avery Terrell for Jenna Willer. Avery Velasquez will slide over and run the point now. So you got Velasquez, Hart, Bratton, Moravec, and Terrell on the floor for the Phillies. Terrell in the short corner, reverse layup, no good. Ball is on the floor in the paint. Out to Bratton, left wing three, no good. Rebound Terrazas. Terrazas to Blanco. Blanco up the right side. Now we'll come back towards this near side, and a reach foul called on Mackie Hart, double bonus. Second personal on her. 2 free throws coming here for Blanco with 4:05 to go, and senior will try to take advantage of the double bonus here. First free throw is good. 16-point lead, 26-10. Second free throw on its way good as well. Got them both. 26-11. 15-point lead. Velasquez out to Bratton. Far corner. Terrell for three. Good. Avery Terrell. 29-11. Terrell now with 5. Blanco gives it to Smith. Smith up the far side. Entry pass into Ryder. Ryder now double teamed by Moravec and Hart, and Moravec tipped it out of bounds on the baseline. Matthews and Enriquez check in. Haney and Ryder to the bench for the Lady Steers. Smith into Blanco. Now Blanco center of the floor. High dribble, lost the handle. Hart has the loose ball. Mackey ahead to Velasquez. Avery Velasquez off the glass and one. Nice pass ahead. Good job by Avery Velasquez, who takes the hit. And Velasquez goes to the line using great courage there to stand in there. Look, you can see that foul coming a long way, and the senior gets it off the glass and good. Now we'll try to complete 3 the hard way. After Enriquez's second personal, that one too strong. Moravec tried to grab that rebound, couldn't get it. Blanco out of there with it. Blanco guarded by Bratton, and Bratton tips it out of bounds. So it'll be Willer and Castillo for Velasquez and for Bratton here. Philly's got 6 on the floor. Bree making her way towards the side here. Matthews up that far side with it. Got a quick inbound there as Bree hadn't quite made it off the floor yet. 20-point lead, 31-11. Right into Moravec. Macy with the basketball, brings it towards the near side. Gives it up to Willer. Hart on the right wing, steps into the 3. It's off to the right, wouldn't go down. Rebound controlled by Matthews. Matthews in the backcourt. Gives it back to Enriquez. Enriquez to Matthews. Entry pass in to Terrazas off the glass. Good. 31-13. Barnes and Roberts to the table here. Willer, far side to Terrell. Terrell, short corner to Willer. Willer back to Terrell. A long left wing 3. That one way short. And Willer knocks it out of bounds out of the hands of Matthews. And let's see, Barnes and Roberts coming for Macy Moravec and Mackie Hart. Inbounds pass knocked loose by Terrell. Barnes to the loose ball. Willer down the lane, pull up, jumper, got the bounce. Hit softly on the back of that rim and rolls straight down. 20-point lead, 33-13. Jump ball called right in the middle of the floor there. That was Jenna now with 3 points. That was her first field goal. 2:05 to go in a 20-point Phillies lead. Blanco with the basketball. Roberts trying to front Terrazas. Does a good job there of making Terrazas give it up. Terrazas to Enriquez. Enriquez backing in down the lane. Now out to Blanco. Terrazas from the far corner. Pump faked Roberts. Got the blow by. Willer cut her off. And Terrell grabs the loose ball. Good team defense from the Phillies. They swarmed over and helped. Castillo from the short corner. Good. Jasmine Castillo. 35-13 as Castillo with the bucket. Her first two. Blanco guarded by Willer. Spins in, pull-up jumper off to the right. Roberts grabs the rebound. Barnes in a hurry down the center of the floor. Madeline out to Avery Terrell. Left wing three. Draws air. Rebound by Roberts. Good hustle today from Shelby Roberts. Terrell, now Barnes from the far corner as we're under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Phillies with a 22-point first half lead. Terrell sends it into Roberts, high post. Roberts out to Willer, top of the key. Three, didn't get the bounce this time. And Roberts banging, knocked it out of bounds. But Shelby was in there battling. She'll get a breather. Nice job by Shelby Roberts as Addison Pitts checks in. Willer will come to the bench for McKinney with 43.8. Enriquez's pass tipped by Barnes. Castillo grabs the loose ball and puts it in. 37-13. The lead 24. Enriquez guarded by Castillo. Terrell knocked it away over on this near side. Matthews trying to grab that ball, and Avery Terrell knocked it loose. Blanco just keeping that ball on the Lady Steers side of the court. Now far corner to Enriquez. Enriquez to Blanco. Chloe McKinney with the steal, 8 seconds. McKinney with 6. Gives it up to Terrell on the right wing, 4. Sends it across to Barnes with 2. Madeline for 3 at the buzzer. Madeline Barnes from Avery Terrell will send the Phillies to the locker room with a 40-13 lead on the Shallowater Sports Network.
Honey, can we please just call D&K Hunt?
I can do this.
Yeah, I'm calling D&K Hunt Electric.
When you need electrical work done, leave it to the professionals and call D&K Hunt Electric, 806-866-9911.
When People's Bank branch president Stephen Least isn't helping another small business with their financial success, you'll find him on the diamond doing what he loves, coaching kids.
Working at People's Bank has taught me how important it is to give back to our community. Coaching allows me to mold our future leaders using the principles I've learned while working with small business owners. I'm Stephen Least. I'm one of the people that you know at People's Bank, a bank in the people business.
For more than 60 years, United has called West Texas home. It's from here that we operate 94 stores across the region. Look, and you'll see United employees all around you, supporting other local businesses, your businesses, and giving their time and energy to help our efforts to make this the best place to live and work. We are West Texas, and West Texas is United.
Private gatherings or construction projects, big or small, call the experts at Forza Site Services. We provide sanitized portable restrooms and hand wash stations for all occasions. In need of a roll-off dumpster, Forza Site Services provides roll-off dumpsters for individual and construction sites used throughout West Texas. With locations throughout the Permian Basin, Pecos, and New Mexico, we can better serve our clients' needs. Since 2013, we've been a proud supporter of Shallowater ISD.
For more than 60 years, United has called West Texas home. It's from here that we operate 94 stores across the region. Look, and you'll see United employees all around you, supporting other local businesses, your businesses, and giving their time and energy to help our efforts to make this the best place to live and work. We are West Texas, and West Texas is united.
When People's Bank branch president Stephen Least isn't helping another small business with their financial success, you'll find him on the diamond doing what he loves, coaching kids.
Working at People's Bank has taught me how important it is to give back to our community. Coaching allows me to mold our future leaders using the principles I've learned while working with small business owners. I'm Stephen Least. I'm one of the people that you know at People's Bank, a bank in the people business.
Welcome back to the Horseshoe in Shallowater. Donnie Hart on the Shallowater Sports Network. We are on the Forza Site Services halftime show where your Shallowater Phillies with a 40-13 lead over the Big Spring Lady Steers. It's been Madeline Barnes, 9 points, that leads the way for the Phillies. You have 7 from Bree Bratton, who also grabbed 2 rebounds and blocked a shot. Avery Terrell with 5 with a couple of boards, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Shelby Roberts has 4 and 4 boards. Great job by Shelby in that first half. 4 points from Jasmine Castillo, who grabbed a rebound as well. 3 from Addison Pitts, who had a couple of rebounds. 3 from Jenna Willer, who leads the Phillies with 5 assists, 3 steals, and 3 rebounds in the first half. Macy Moravik and Avery Velasquez each with 2. And Mackie Hart has a free throw in that first half as the Phillies do a good job on the defensive end again, limiting opportunities for this Big Springs Lady Steers team. Just 13 points allowed. Ryan Terrazas with 6 for the Lady Steers. You've got 2 points from Blanco, 2 from Kylie Haney, 2 from Caitlin Haney, and 1 point for Tristan Smith. That's been it for the Lady Steers. And the Shallowater defense picks up right where they left off on Saturday, and they continue to use the defense to be their biggest asset and the thing that will help them the most. And in this second half, I don't look for anything to change for Coach Darden. Maybe he'll back them up and pick them up at half court just out of kind of sheer respect for the opponent. But, you know, he'll still say, hey, guard, grab those boards, and that'll result in some offense for us. 40 points scored. That'll be good for the Phillies. That's generating offense with the defense, really, but the 13 points allowed, the real story, and that's why Shallowater with a big 27-point lead here at the half. So these basketball halftimes are really short. Want to remind you of what's coming up here on the Shallowater Sports Network. On Friday, we got the big one. The Shallowater Mustangs with head coach Rodney Vincent has got his troops to the regional semifinals. The Whitesboro Bearcats and Shallowater Mustangs coming up at 1 o'clock from that Wildcat Stadium on the campus of Abilene Christian University. What a venue. What an opportunity for these young men on Friday. So the day after Thanksgiving, tune in to us for the Andrus Brothers Roofing pregame show at 12:30 with kickoff at 1 o'clock. And the winner's trying to get to that regional final to take on the winner of Jim Ned and Brock. So it ought to be a great one and a great opportunity for the Mustangs who continue to play good football. Thanks for joining us here on the Andrus Brothers Roofing halftime show. When we come back, we'll have the second half of basketball between the Big Spring Lady Steers and Shallowater Phillies on the Shallowater Sports Network.
Our financial world seems to be forever changing, and that's why you need quality, personalized financial advice. Bennett & Trice, PLLC, provides individual and business clients with expertise that range from taxes, management, and accounting services to more in-depth services such as compiled and reviewed financial statements and litigation support. Bennett & Trice, 6807 Indiana Avenue, Suite 200. Call them today at 806-589-5111.
Life has been anything but normal. The future is unknown and the uncertainties are plenty. But a farmer deals with this every year, and they keep working hard. At People's Bank, we strive to live out those same values. It's easy for a banker to be there in the good times.
But at People's Bank, we're there when the rain isn't falling, the wind keeps blowing, and the drought continues.
People's Bank, a bank in the people business.
When you hear the hail and the thunder, you don't have to wonder who to call. Call the paint doctor.
Private gatherings or construction projects, big or small, call the experts at Forza Site Services. We provide sanitized portable restrooms and hand wash stations for all occasions. In need of a roll-off dumpster, Forza Site Services provides roll-off dumpsters for individual and construction sites used throughout West Texas. With locations throughout the Permian Basin, Pecos, and New Mexico, we can better serve our clients' needs. Since 2013, we've been a proud supporter of Shallowater ISD.
Andress Brothers Roofing, we nail it every time. We do one thing and we do it well. Since 1981, yes, time does tell. It's not just a house, it's your home. For quality work, we stand alone. Andress Brothers Roofing, we nail it every time. Quality guarantee, Andress Brothers Roofing, every time.
Welcome back to the Horseshoe on the Shallowater Sports Network. 40-13, Phillies after a half. Shallowater defense outstanding. We get set for the second half of basketball here. Smith, Enriquez, Terrazas, Blanco, and Haney on the floor. Moore on the floor for Big Spring. So Moore replaces Haney in that lineup. And we saw her fall early in that first half and looked like she was kind of a little gimpy, so maybe that's the reason why they changed it up here in the second half. Phillies used the starting five: Barnes, Velasquez, Willer, Bratton, and Roberts, and Willer from the near corner for three. So Jenna Willer out of the locker room in a hurry. Hits from downtown, the lead 30, 43-13. Enriquez on the drive, wild shot, sails wide of the basket, and they'll say the Phillies tipped it, as Bratton was in good position there, so might have got a hand on that thing as it went up in the air. 30-point lead. Smith on the baseline in all kinds of trouble. Lobs it up to the top to Moore. Moore to Terrazas. Turnaround. Jumper good. She's hit a couple of those with her back to the basket. Turns to that right side. Just kind of fades away. 43-15. Bratton, top of the key, thought about that three, now turned it down. That 3-2-D still going for Big Spring as they stay in the zone. Bratton from the near corner for three from Willer, and so those two reverse rolls as Willer sets up Bratton. 46-15. Terrazas gives up to Blanco, and Bratton now with 10 points. Bree into double figures. Jenna Willer's three gives her 6 to go along with all of those assists. Bratton has the loose ball. Ahead to Willer for the layup. So Jenna Willer and Bree Bratton doing heavy damage here to start this third quarter. 48-15, Phillies out of the locker room, and they smoked out of there. Ball is tipped loose on this near side, and Willer bangs into Terrazas and hits the deck. She was reaching for that ball and collided with her, and so the personal will be on Jen. It is her second personal, team's first. And we mentioned most of the time the Phillies do spend quite a bit of a time in the bonus for the opponent because there are lots of fouls. Barnes steals that inbounds pass ahead to Willer. The left-hand layup good. 50-15. And Jenna a little slow and gimpy on that far side. And now a hush will come over this place as Willer made that layup to give her 10. Got to double figures. Has had a big day today with 6 assists, 3 boards, and 3 steals. And Coach Darden over there checking on Jenna as you got an official's timeout. 50-15, the Philly defense outstanding out of the locker room. A 10-2 run here to start this third period. Willer making her way off the floor under her own power. Might be a bloody nose, it looks like, maybe. That might be a result of that collision she had down here to give herself the personal foul. As she did bang into the side of Terrazas here. So hopefully that's nothing that we can't patch up with a little gauze. Blanco as Avery Terrell checks in to replace Willer. Tristan Smith's three is good. Long three there from Smith. 50-18. Velasquez, high post. Roberts lost the handle, now tied up. Possession arrow to Big Spring. Moore reached in there to grab it as that ball bounced through the wickets of Shelby Roberts. Tristan Smith in the backcourt, spinning away from Avery Velasquez. Roberts and Barnes now up at the top. Moore was in trouble and was grabbed and fouled by Madeline Barnes, and you see what I'm talking about the fouls. Barnes' second personal, second team foul. The Phillies go after the basketball. They get more than they get called for, and that's kind of the philosophy. You just keep going, and eventually it bounces your way. Here's Velasquez on the left wing. Avery, little crossover dribble, and then it was rejected by Enriquez. Almost went in the crowd over there, or in the stands. No really fans over in that area. Almost caught Anna B. Fleming there, I think, more than anything. Bratton, left wing three, loaded up and good. 53-18, she caught it in rhythm. Splash. Avery Velasquez put it right in the pocket. Bratton now with 13. Smith to try to answer, good. 53-21, 32-point Shallowater lead. Terrell up to the top, Bratton into Barnes in the lane, step down the lane. Roberts got to the loose ball, and she was fouled, reaching up and under on the reverse layup. And so Shelby Roberts, whose shot banged off the bottom of the backboard there, will go to the line to shoot two. She had a real tough angle, probably not one that Coach Tuttle would want to be challenged, but Terrazas picks up her second, and Roberts' free throw is too strong. She'll get another. Second personal on Terrazas, first team foul on the Lady Steers. Second free throw from Shelby Roberts is short, and Terrazas grabs the rebound, says, Coach Tuttle, I had you covered. Good foul there, wasn't it? She went 0 for 2, and another three on this near side from Alex Enriquez. Alex Enriquez has cut it to 31. Her and Smith have shot it pretty well here in the third quarter for the Lady Steers. Bratton, short corner to Barnes. Barnes going baseline in heavy traffic and fouled. Terrazas went up. She can't believe she got the call, although she clobbered Madeline Barnes from the lower half down. Might have got ball with the hands, but karate kick to the ribs is what you got called for. Third personal. Barnes' free throw is good. The lead back to 30. Barnes to shoot the second. Jenna Willer checks back in, replacing Shelby Roberts. Macy Moravik into the game as well. Free throw too strong. Barnes runs down the loose ball on the far side and threw it over the top of Willer. And now Enriquez will have a run-out right-hand layup at Terrell, who challenges and picks up the personal. Avery contested the layup, went high for the ball. Good job in defense there from Avery Terrell. Third team foul on the Phillies. It is Avery's second personal foul. Enriquez's free throw is good. Jasmine Castillo coming for Avery Terrell. Willer, Barnes, and Bratton, all three in double figures here for the Phillies. Enriquez's free throw no good, and a rebound by Madeline Barnes. Bratton into the front court, gives to Willer. Back to Bratton. Left wing. In the near corner to Willer. 3 short. High for the board is Bratton. Bratton lost the handle. And out of there with the basketball is Mendez. Mendez in the center of the floor. And now Smith will go to work for Big Springs. Pass is tipped away, or not touched by Bratton, just sails out of bounds. So a wide pass. She was trying to go to Enriquez over here. And so the Lady Steers throw it away. Willer across the timeline, gives to Castillo on the right side, up at the top to Bratton. Long, straight on 3, short. Rebound by Barnes. Bratton cutting down the lane, off the glass, wouldn't go down. Moravec tips the rebound free. Willer on the left wing, did not shoot it, almost stepped into that 3, will back it out, gives it to Barnes, dumps it off to Bratton. Bratton on the low block, trying to force it up, and a foul is called. Went to work against Moore. Moore picked up the personals as Bratton tried to power that thing through. Second personal on her, team's third, and Bratton at the line and missed the first. Hart for Barnes with 2:47 to go here in the third. Arredondo checks in, replacing Enriquez. Second free throw from Bratton, perfect. 30-point lead, 55-25. Smith will be guarded by Willer. Mendez on the left wing. Out to Moore, now Smith. Smith, long 3 off the step back. Rebound bounces out of bounds. And so it'll be Phillies basketball after the team rebound there, as that one just kicked out of bounds. Castillo had her pass stolen by Smith. Smith is fouled by Castillo on her way to the basket on the floor as Jasmine tried to get back there in defense and reach across. Second personal on Jazz. 4th team foul on the Phillies. McKinney to the table to come in. She will replace Castillo. Smith up to the top to Blanco. Blanco guarded by Bratton. Moore gives it up to Smith. Now Blanco almost trapped there by Willer and Bratton and almost created a walk there as Macy Moravec steps in to cut her off. Now Smith again cut off by Moravec, and Moravec with the push. Got both hands on her and pushed her out of bounds. Personal on Macy first. 5th team foul. Castillo will check back in, replacing Willer. Avery Terrell for Bree Bratton here with 1:49 to go in the third in a 30-point game. Smith, Mendez trying to dribble through traffic, and Chloe McKinney on the loose ball. Possession arrow to the Phillies. .30-point game. McKinney. Castillo up to the top. Moravec back to Hart. Jumper from the baseline, short. Castillo flies in and has the putback. Jasmine Castillo with the bucket. Jazz with 6. Blanco from the right wing, off the rim. Terrell over there on that far side almost had that rebound, but Moore able to grab it. Smith, top of the key, straight on 3, short, rebound McKinney. McKinney to Terrell. Terrell, far corner McKinney, high post Moravec, down the lane, picked it up, out to McKinney. Top to Terrell, straight on 3, good. 60-25, Avery Terrell from downtown. We're under a minute here in the third. Smith will go to Moore. Now right back out to Blanco. And Blanco hits the three. So short turnaround for the Phillies coming up. They'll play tomorrow at noon. It'll be in Midland against Midland Christian. And then they'll get a little bit of a holiday break. Support the boys on Friday as the football Mustangs and Whitesboro Bearcats battle in the state playoffs. How fun is that? Third round of the playoffs for the first time in a couple of years. Rebound by Haney. Ball is on the floor. Hart has it. She'll put it on their floor with two. One, Mackie Hart all the way to the bucket and good with the layup. Mackie Hart with the layup will send the Phillies to the fourth with a 62-28 lead on the Shallowater Sports Network.
When People's Bank branch president Stephen Least isn't helping another small business with their financial success, you'll find him on the diamond doing what he loves, coaching kids.
Working at People's Bank has taught me how important it is to give back to our community. Coaching allows me to mold our future leaders using the principles I've learned while working with small business owners. I'm Stephen Least. I'm one of the people that you know at People's Bank, a bank in the people business.
Welcome back to the Horseshoe in Shallowater. Donnie Hart on the Shallowater Sports Network. Phillies in control, 62-28. As Bree Bratton with 14 leads all scorers. Three Phillies in double figures here as Bratton with 14. You got 10 from Madeline Barnes, who has 5 rebounds as well. Jenna Willer, 10 points, 6 assists, 4 boards, 3 steals for Jen. 8 points for Avery Terrell. 6 points for Jasmine Castillo, 4 for Shelby Roberts, 3 for Mackie Hart, 2 for Velasquez, 3 for Addison Pitts as well. As we head to the fourth, 62-28, starting 5 on the floor, Willer, Velasquez, Roberts, Barnes, and Bratton. Got Smith, Kylie Haney with the basketball, out to Blanco, shoots the 3, and got it to go. Ryder and Terrazas on the floor for Big Spring. Willer into the front court, now Velasquez. Jen in that far corner, goes to the high post to Barnes. Barnes tried to power dribble into the paint and was tied up. And that is not Blanco. Apologize, it was Arredondo who hit that 3. She's number 10, not 12 there, Donnie. Look at your sheet, Sarah says. Trying to do it by memory, Sarah. Near corner 3 from Willer, short. Grabbed the rebound, then threw it off the hands of Arredondo, and a heady play from Jen to save the possession. Just kind of whipped that thing behind her back right off of Arredondo, who touched it last. And Barnes sends it in. Tristan Smith with the steal and a foul called on Willer, who a couple of times has been in tough position. And Willer called for her 3rd personal. 6-team foul. Next one will put the Lady Steers in the bonus. Heard that before. Roberts trying to deny the entry pass, tips it loose. Haney able to retrieve. Terrazas in the paint. Up to Haney. Haney will shoot the 3, and that one sails out of bounds. Well, she made one. That was a heat check. Not quite on target that time. 62-34. It'll be Willer from the near corner for 3. That one's short. Ryder lost the handle on the rebound. Barnes with the left hand to the backboard and is fouled. So Madeline Barnes got herself back to the free throw line. She'll shoot a couple. 4th personal on Terrazas. Team's 4th. 2 shots for the junior Madeline Barnes. And the first one is good. Madeline has 11. Second free throw good as well. Give Madeline Barnes 12. Had a great start to this game. Got the Phillies off and running early. 30-point lead, 64-34. Lob to Terrazas. Missed the lay-in. Willer with another rebound. Jenna on the run out, gives to Bratton. Bratton with a power dribble to get position, is fouled and one. Another assist from Jenna Willer. A good, strong power dribble from Bree Bratton. Addison Pitts will check in for Shelby Roberts here with 6:07 to go, and Bratton to try to complete the three-point play. That free throw is good. Bree was 17. Coming off a rough shooting performance on Saturday, much better today. 17 points for Bratton. She always fills up the stat sheet, does a little bit of everything, and her and Willer, along with Madeline Barnes, really good here today. A lot of Phillies play well. Barnes with another steal. Sends it ahead to Velasquez. Velasquez on the left wing. Into Addison Pitts. Pitts dumps it back off to Bratton. His call for the travel. Just couldn't quite keep that pivot foot on the floor as Castillo checks in for Willer. So Jenna with a nice hand. She's likely done for the day with 5:41 to go in the fourth with a 33-point lead. Great opportunity to get some of these younger Phillies some experience. Matthews in trouble with Castillo. Now Ryder attacks Pitts, pull-up jumper short. Bratton with the rebound. Bree all the way to the bucket with a left hand, fouled and one. Oh, charge. Did they call the charge of the bucket good? Nope, bucket is good. Okay. He did a little dance there like he was going to get her for a charge. Foul was on Ryder. 19 for Bratton. She'll try for number 20. That one good. 70-34. Avery Terrell for Bree Bratton. Nice hand for Bree. 20 points to lead the Phillies today. Terrazas, high post. Gives it to Smith. Smith all the way with the right hand. 70-36. Smith's battled. Just hadn't had much help to go along with it. Had a pretty good day with 9 points. Pitts in the paint, in trouble. Ryder stripped it free. Castillo and Matthews on the floor over there in a tie ball. Possession arrow to Big Spring. Stick around after the game. Paint Doctor post-game show. D&K Hunt Electric Player of the Game coming up. Lots of candidates today. Smith against Velasquez. Looking for a screen. Gives it up. Enriquez will go to work against Terrell. We approach 4 minutes to go in the basketball game. Enriquez spinning in. Turning, Madeline Barnes steps over to help, ties it up. Possession arrow to the Phillies. And Mackey will replace Madeline Barnes. So nice hand for Madeline as Hart checks in. Castillo to Terrell over on the left wing. Terrell in the corner to Castillo. Back to Terrell. Three wide right. And Terrazas just lets it roll out of bounds. Kind of feast or famine today for Avery Terrell. She's made a couple of those long bombs. That one there didn't touch anything, but keep on shooting that thing, Avery. No worries. Terrazas high, hands off to Smith. Smith attacks Pitts and is fouled. Addison was in good position, just needs to stay up straight. Don't reach in there. Call for the personal. Second personal on her. 7th team foul puts the Lady Steers in the bonus. Moravik at the table waiting to come. And the free throw is good. 70-36 is Macy Moravik replacing Addison Pitts. 3:44 to go here in the fourth. Second free throw off to the right. Terrell for the rebound, grabbed it, and then was grabbed. And I believe they're going to call the personal foul. They did on Ryder. So Avery Terrell will walk the length of the floor to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1 after the 7th team foul. Third personal there on Ryder. Terrell's free throw, no good. Hart tipped it loose briefly, right into the hands of Blanco. Blanco picked up by Velasquez. Far corner, three on its way, and good from Enriquez. 30-point lead, 70-40. Velasquez, now Castillo. Castillo back to Velasquez, into the high post to Hart. Hart into the paint, pull-up jumper off to the right. Rebound tipped around and gathered up by Enriquez. Enriquez had it knocked loose by Castillo, and a tie ball on the floor, jump ball. Possession arrow to the Lady Steers, and the Phillies going after every one of those loose balls. Velasquez, nice hand for Avery. Chloe McKinney checks in with 3:06. Terrazas on the floor, wanted to pull up. Had it contested. Castillo cutting off Matthews. Now Blanco, long NBA three off to the right. Moravec knocks the rebound out of bounds. Matthews from the baseline. Trying to get it into Terrazas, finally does. Now McKinney will strip it away from Blanco, and the Phillies take possession. Chloe McKinney into the front court with it. Over to Castillo. Now McKinney in the far corner. Up to the top to Terrell. McKinney drives baseline, dumps it off the Hart. Out to Terrell. Terrell to the free throw line. Jumper good. Avery Terrell has 10. 4 Phillies in double figures. 72-40. Hart knocked the ball loose. Castillo to it. McKinney ahead to Terrell. Terrell backs it out, sets it up. McKinney top of the key. Blanco just now joining the defensive formation. Euro step from McKinney wouldn't go down. Got her own rebound. Terrell will shoot another three, and that one good. 13 for Avery Terrell. 75-40. 35-point lead. Terrazas to the right side. Air ball right into the hands of Moravec. Moravec. And a sub timeout is Addison Pitts coming for Avery Terrell. Blanco will have a seat as well, as Delgado checks in for the Lady Steers. Hart to the top, McKinney. McKinney, high post, Pitts, turnaround, jumper off the glass. Moravec can't handle it, lost it out of bounds. .106 to go in a 35-point Shallowater lead. Enriquez to Smith. Smith guarded by McKinney. Thought about a three from the top of the key. Gives it to Matthews on the right wing. Under a minute. Phillies will go to 3-0. Head to Midland tomorrow. Smith on the drive. Foul called on McKinney. Blocked. So Smith will go to the free throw line with 40.2 here to shoot 1-and-1. Eighth team foul. First on Chloe. Free throw is no good. Missed the front end. Castillo on the break. Layup high off the glass. Good. Jasmine Castillo. Give Jazz 8 today. 77-40. 26 seconds to go. Smith. Stolen by Castillo. Jasmine up the left side. Gives it up to Hart. Hart off the glass. Good. 79-40. Jasmine Castillo with a beautiful pass there. 39-point game. Moravec will steal the inbounds with 4 seconds ahead to Hard, who will run it down with one, and that bucket is waved off at the horn. 79-40, the Phillies with the victory today over the Big Spring Lady Steers. And coming up after the game, after this, we'll have the Paint Doctor post-game show on the Shallowater Sports Network.
When you hear the hail and the thunder, you don't have to wonder who to call. Call the Paint Doctor.
Private gatherings or construction projects, big or small, call the experts at Forza Site Services. We provide sanitized portable restrooms and hand wash stations for all occasions. In need of a roll-off dumpster, Forza Site Services provides roll-off dumpsters for individual and construction sites used throughout West Texas. With locations throughout the Permian Basin, Pecos, and New Mexico, we can better serve our clients' needs. Since 2013, we've been a proud supporter of Shallowater ISD.
For more than 60 years, United has called West Texas home. It's from here that we operate 94 stores across the region. Look, and you'll see United employees all around you, supporting other local businesses, your businesses, and giving their time and energy to help our efforts to make this the best place to live and work. We are West Texas, and West Texas is United.
Our financial world seems to be forever changing, and that's why you need quality, personalized financial advice. Bennett & Trice, PLLC, provides individual and business clients with expertise that range from taxes, management, and accounting services to more in-depth services such as compiled and reviewed financial statements and litigation support. Bennett & Trice, 6807 Indiana Avenue, Suite 200. Call them today at 806-589-5111.
So and the gym. Will shoot the three. Nobody came to stop her, and Jenna